There's a connection forged here that's unique. The life-altering experiences that people have here are what set PodCamp apart from other camps.
Everyone here has one thing in common. Podcasts.
I just love to create and share, man. And the ambience here at PodCamp, unmatched fully.
This forest isn't like other forests. I can feel it.
You just have to experience it, man. The heartbeat of the woods. I got it on recording. You want to listen?
Dude. What the?
From the PBC, who brought you PodJam and AuffieCon, we now bring you an experience you'll never forget, no matter how hard you try.
You arrive at the camp and you're randomly allocated a cabin with people you've never met before. And that's where the magic happens.
There's this countdown for 96 hours. I don't know what happens when the clock reaches 0, but I'm sure it's fine.
And there were these cassettes. I don't know where they came from.
Okay, thank you, campers, for sharing the wonderful time you had. PodCamp is an unmissable experience coming to the PBC this September. Check out the Tumblr at Podcast Book Club and the Discord server to find out more.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, welcome everybody.
Nice to see all these campers in their natural habitat of Twitch.
The very natural habitat of campers online.
Oh god.
How's it
I'm so
going? How's
excited
it
to-
going? Oh, go ahead. Glad you all could make it to
Awesome.
camp. How was the journey, guys? Did you guys come here by coach?
Who hiked here?
Personally, I took a helicopter.
You're welcome for the ride.
I didn't know you were the pilot.
What you mean?
Oh my gosh. We have Kemet Kid here had a long trip. Tell me about it.
How'd you get here, Kemek? Oh, Doodles walked.
Oh, that's
Rough.
crazy. That is rough because the terrain like around here, I can't lie, it's pretty intense.
It's quite rough. I kept stepping on microphones.
Yeah, me too. The
You came-
crunches though.
Oh, the Foley was great.
The Foley was great. Ollie just
Someone
kind of
took a
woke
camel.
up here. Is this a camel?
Wow. Didn't know they had camels in the woods.
There is a desert at one point. I'm pretty sure, like to the
I
north.
mean, if
or
you go far
something.
enough.
Yeah.
The
I mean, if you go
wolves.
far enough anywhere.
Kemek, you took the wolves. Did you ride the wolves? Or did you take them for a walk in the forest?
If you just woke up here, don't question it. A pedestal carried by servants. That's I rate that.
They chased me here.
Wow.
The wolves were just helping you to find your way. You should thank them, actually.
Yeah, it wasn't
They didn't have to do
chasing,
that.
It was herding, okay? mm-hmm. Shout out to those of you who took the bus.
Shout out to those who brought the knife.
For
For no reason whatsoever.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's normal to take a knife to the woods.
True. All the foraging you can do, bushcraft, murder,
Effigies.
hiking. Effigies! You're
Effigies,
making me
I
want to
love
play
saying
that one
effigies.
game.
Imagine if we did this in the forest. Yet there was a
That would've
bus,
been great.
guys. Did you not get the QR code I sent to you guys? For the bus?
Joining the bus by QR code is so 2025.
It was the National Express. I only paid for them to do like a trip here though. There's no return, so you have to figure that one out yourself.
Why would you want to leave? You don't want to leave. You'd never want to leave.
Nobody wants to leave camp. No, I just got the wolves. I didn't bring a knife, but I got embroidery scissors. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Harvest all natural microphones and audio engineers. Wait, the audio
Mhm.
engineers are spawning in the forest. That's. How did you know that?
Actually, that's
You've been
not
here before.
happening. That's not happening. This is fake news. Fake news.
Who spreads fake
No,
news?
nobody said anything about people spawning in the forest spontaneously with no perceptible origin. Nobody said anything about that.
We need to fact check this stuff.
This is
It's
a normal
believable.
forest. The forest is normal. The camp is normal. Everything is normal. No knife, but I brought
Oh,
my sheer
I like
unbridled
that.
aura. That's, yeah.
My camel tripped over them.
Shout out to your camel.
Your camel's doing the most.
Yeah.
You still got the camel? Or did the camel... Where is the camel now?
We have a audio engineer did spawn here surrounded by cassette tapes. That's a conspiracy, and I don't appreciate
Must have been a
it.
dream.
Mm. As for what we're actually doing here, which we'll get into in a moment, just had to kick my cat out of my cabin. Sorry, guys.
Abuse?
I promise the cat is fine. The cat's natural habitat is the forest. The cat is from camp.
Oh my god, the cat is camp.
The cat is camp. The cat has a propensity to spontaneously set itself on fire through means that we do not know, but it survives and it is not hurt by this fire.
It keeps us
You-
warm, so I can't
Mhm.
complain.
You may have seen this example of this in the emojis on the Discord. Yes, you're allowed to bring a cat. That's true. 100% normal mushroom portals. Yeah. If it's normal, that's fine. Like anything's fine if
Mhm.
it's normal. So that's fine. Anyway, let's get into it.
Yeah.
So, welcome to PodCamp, everybody. I'm glad to know
Thanks
that
for
you all
joining.
made it here. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be kicking it off. We've not kicked it off just yet, but we will be setting off that 96-hour time limit. We are not at liberty to tell you what happens when the 96-hour time limit is up. You will find out yourselves. But what it does mean is that you will run out of time to create your podcast episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. As for what's actually going on, you guys, for anyone who's not in the camp, several campers have signed up for PodCamp, and they have been put into randomly allocated cabins where we have put people together. Maybe they know each other, maybe they know nothing about each other. It's all about the bonding experience. But together, within the 96 hours, they are going to script and then voice act, record, and edit a complete podcast episode together.
A completely normal amount of time with no reason as to why it is what it is.
I'm seeing more conspiracies in the chat. After 96 hours, the rats are released. Goat, we've got to get a hold of those the rat cages and put them somewhere where they're less likely to be discovered.
I thought I
Yeah.
hid them pretty well.
Yeah, well, apparently they've been found because people are talking about them in chat. Anyway,
God damn it, Moth.
So yeah, but we also have a fun thing for you guys, and that is that you guys are not alone. You're not alone in these woods.
Will that be a good thing or a bad thing?
there is also a cabin for the camp counselors, and the camp counselors will be creating an episode right alongside all of you. Woo!
Speed run.
Yeah, mods are making a podcast episode as well. We got a whole team together. It's comprised completely of mods, not just myself and Goat here.
There is more that does not
There
meet
is-
the eye today.
Just because you cannot see the counselors currently does not mean they are not here.
Just because you can't see the rats doesn't mean that they are definitely here as well. That's it. That's made up.
That was made up. It's not happening. We're not releasing rats after 96 hours. It's not happening. I trust. Yeah,
Process.
so yeah, we're going to be doing that. And not only are we going to be doing that, we're also going to be streaming the process with you guys. So frequently throughout the entire weekend, we will be on stream showing you what we're up to. Personally, Goat and I are going to be handling mostly the writing process. So we're going to be doing some writing streams. We will be doing some of that during the stream today.
Yep, you can
And,
watch our communal brain cell work. Bounce
Telepathy
around between the two
right
of
before
us.
you. So that's what we will be doing, some brainstorming today. But before we get into that, we should probably tell you guys what the theme is.
I'm so excited.
We don't know
I
what
don't
the
even
theme
know.
is. We don't know what the theme is. You don't know what the theme is. Nobody knows what the theme is. It's going to be selected by powers beyond us.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
The majesty of the wheel.
Yes. We shall.
Wheel shall.
We'll
Ha.
shall. Ugh.
That's so silly.
By the way, these were all chosen by you guys. You guys submitted these. If you didn't submit these, rip, but these all came from people involved in the event. And so, if you get a theme you don't like, whose fault is that? No, they're all brilliant.
Blame
themes,
your
all
cabin
beautiful
mates.
themes. No, there will be no blaming
Sorry.
here. We are here to come together and have a cooperative and good time. But yeah, no, the themes are all absolutely lovely. Thank you to everyone who submitted them, because we got some really interesting ones actually. We've got superstition, time travel, greed, observe,
Crossroads.
shift, guilt, innocence versus experience. We're feeling like
Ooh.
that one poet.
Hollow.
I like hollow.
Hollow purple? Sorry.
Censorship and surveillance. I like those.
Oh, parallel's cool.
Parallels is very cool.
I'm gonna hope we get parallel.
I'm gonna briefly
Place your
speak
bets.
to the stream gods and request that the wheel be spun.
Spin the wheel. Spin
Spin
the
the wheel. Spin the wheel.
I pray, O mighty Finch, the god of all things stream, spun.
We're going to be we're receiving
Oh!
this via stream, so you might find out before I do.
It is
Oh,
time
Oh.
travel.
time travel. Ooh, okay. Let's go over the
Ooh.
rules of the theme, guys. So, time travel, that is your theme. However, it's up to your interpretation. Do you want to take it as the literal classic time travel, as in someone goes back through time or someone goes to the future? You can if you want to. Or you can get a little bit more metaphorical with it. I don't know. It's all up to you guys how you want to interpret it.
However you want. You can have clocks traveling on a train. That would be time travel.
That would be
And that
time
would be
travel,
fine.
guys. You could physically travel some clocks.
You could have some granddad
Time
clocks.
altering experiences that people have.
You could have some
Right.
digital clocks.
You can have a lot of fun with this. You don't have to take it too literally if you don't want to. But
Everyone
also if
here
you
has-
just want to go, yeah, my main character made a time machine. And that is the story. I mean, that's possible too. But yeah, the main rule of the theme is that it is up to interpretation, but every single cabin has to adhere to the theme and will ask you guys when you do submit your episode, just a little bit about how you've interpreted the theme. Yes, every
Yes.
cabin has that theme. So every single episode has to have an interpretation of time travel as the theme. While we're here, does anyone have any questions about the rules and guidelines regarding the theme? Wow, I can really hear the woods.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Caw-caw, caw-caw. That was a totally normal bird sound.
Yeah.
Ba-dum, ba-dum.
Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Okay, I'm gonna take it there's no questions. Everybody completely understands. Oh wait, no. Oh, I think this might be it makes sense. You can rent one cabin and save the money by time travel. How do you
That-
guys know so much about our plans? How
We're
do you guys
totally
know
not
all this
gonna do that.
information? No. Okay, yeah, so that is the theme. I hope you guys are all excited and you've got some ideas floating around already. Or maybe you don't. I don't. But we will have some ideas soon. Let's have a look at that. So yeah, we're going to be streaming our process as well. And when we are streaming our process, feel free to like join in chat. You can mute us. We can do a bit of body doubling together. Or
Lord
you
knows
can
that's the only way I get work done.
or you can pop in and tell us what you think about what we're doing as well.
Come join us in the woods. You'll have a great time.
You will have a great time.
And you will
It's gonna
wish
be
you
great.
never leave.
I noticed that one of the cabins has a name already.
Webworm.
That's
That's
so fun.
cool.
Yeah, webworm. I like that. Cabin webworm. That's fun.
Do we... I was going to read that question and I failed. Do we the when the with it?
When do the who they?
Only that the yes?
Just wondering about the do yes when. Me too.
Yes.
Me too. That's a difficult question.
We upwebbing our worm.
It's beautiful. Beautiful. We have not
Shall
quite
we...
started the
When are we
timer
doing the
just yet.
countdown?
We will be starting a countdown soon. The countdown will be coming soon.
Until the forest.
The timer is in
the forest
preparation.
will open.
The forest will open?
It will open its mouth. And
What?
the spruce teeth shall welcome these offerings of pods. This is a conspiracy theory, by the way.
Normal
Yes.
forest mouth with normal spruce teeth and normal timer.
All forests have timers. You just need to find them. If you look deep in the forest, you'll find it. I used to go foraging when I was a child, back in my ends, at the age of like 6. I fought some mosquitoes, and I was on the lookout for this timer, because my grandma told me of ancient stories, folklore, I believe is the word for this. She told me, if you go forth into the forest, past the mosquitoes, past the birch tree that I broke by swinging on it, past all that, you will meet a timer.
The timer's here.
See, we have met the timer.
We have met the timer. Now, I'm at a slight delay here, but as you can see, it's a little bit above the 96 hours right now.
Yes,
the time has not
give the
officially
forest a little
started
kiss.
just yet. Yeah, ask the forest for consent first, please. Thank you. Ooh.
We don't want any unwanted kisses.
Hey, okay. I believe I'm having to look into the future a little bit here because I'm on stream delay. But I believe the time has begun.
Yes. It is now 4, 3. I'm looking at the stream. I'm cheating. 2, 1. Let's
not gonna
go.
line up. What's on our end though?
Time
Beautiful.
is a made-up concept.
Time travel. Anyway,
Yes.
PodCamp ends in 96 hours, guys. Go, 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 go. You need to get brainstorming right now. You gotta do everything right now. Joking. You have the power of time travel. You can do things whenever you want.
Bum bum bum. Who had this
Da,
plan?
da, 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 da,
Whoa.
da. The clock ticks down. 96 hours
I'm
remain.
gonna beam my thoughts at Cole across this screen and say, do you think what I think about time travel?
Beaming back, beaming back.
I was gonna give you a joke about time travel, but you didn't like it.
Oh.
You fell for it again.
Yes, the theme is time travel, guys. You can, if you want to, you can harness time travel to allow yourself more time within the 96 hours. However, we will not be giving you the means to invent a time travel machine. That is, the onus is on you to do that.
If you brought your knife, maybe you could fashion one out of trees. But I beg to differ. So, good luck with the time allotted.
I think, depending on the tree, I think it's possible.
Depending on what kind of tree, bro.
The kind of trees we have here.
Maybe then actually, yeah. Are we
The
allowing them to cut
completely
down
normal
trees? So they have to ask permission to kiss the forest, but cutting the trees.
Deforestation, man.
I guess if you're doing it for paper.
Yeah. To write your scripts on. I think that's okay. Good thing I made a time travel machine. Well done for thinking ahead. I think the time travel had something to do with your ability to think ahead like that.
Maybe Chemic has already done this once.
Yeah, I think Chemic Kid
Maybe
has
96 hours ago?
Yeah, I think so. And I think Chemic Kid already knew about the theme too.
Yeah, this is cheating.
Okay.
Repeat camper. You
After the
spawn camping?
cloning?
Oh my god.
After the cloning fiasco as well? Ugh. I mean, the cloning fiasco? I don't know what that is. No, there's no such
Totally
thing.
normal.
No such thing. Yeah. We're at normal camp. And us normal campers are going to start normal camping brainstorming for the mod cabin. Let's go.
time.
I'm going to make an ellipsis.
Wah! I'm gonna join you.
Make an ellipsis.
Well, I'll join. Of course, I'll join you. It's my job.
As a camp counselor, you are mandated to fulfill your duties as a camp counselor, which involve a lot less protection and safeguarding of the counselors of the cabins than you thought, and more podcast creating than perhaps expected. I'm gonna make a blank document. Okay, don't talk to me about clones. I'm still not sure if I'm the evil one. That's when you joined camp, you signed a waiver, and so we're not responsible for any incidences regarding clones and identity crisis regarding like which one is the original and things like that. It's not our responsibility.
Not our jurisdiction.
Yeah. So I'm gonna make a document called PodCamp.
I'm gonna log in to my ellipsis.
Yeah.
Let me get my Gmail out. Was it Gmail? No, something else. Get my emails somewhere. And get distracted by the amount of emails I need to clear.
Yeah, you should have read the fine print. It's like Evildoers 101. Alright, see you. Have fun camping.
Have fun!
Have fun. Have normal fun at normal camp in normal forest.
You have no other choice. You have fun or you have fun.
Yes, those are the two options. I have. Has anyone got any ideas?
You have.
I have. Just the sentence just ended there.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any ideas already?
It's so hard to like not box myself into just thinking about a time machine. because
Time machine.
time travel.
Time travel. We make a
What
Doctor
if
Who
it's
episode.
that's what I was gonna say. What if it's like what if what if it's like a curse of time travel? Like you don't want to, but you just do. Like
Ooh.
whenever you sneeze, somebody sneezes and just time travel. As far as the
Ooh.
sneeze projection takes them.
I don't like
So-
the sneezes and the germs involved in this idea.
Okay, we don't have to have the sneezes involved in this idea. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's an idea we can have. Somebody who's a curse. It's a curse to be a
It's
time
a
travel.
curse to be a time traveler. Okay, okay.
Time travel. We can do a story about the time it takes to travel to places.
Oh, see, this is the kind of interpretation you guys can get up to with the theme.
I still prefer my initial interpretation of having granddad clocks on a tram going
Granddad
somewhere.
clocks.
Well, it wouldn't be a digital clock on a tram.
No, bro, it's a grandfather clock.
Sorry, is it not a granddad clock?
It's not a granddad clock, no.
It could be a granddaddy clock.
I love
But-
that though. Excuse me. I know I like that though. What about a grandpa clock then?
Grandpa clock. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pop's
grandpa
clock.
Pop's clock. Well, where's
That sounds weird.
Yeah. Pop's clock. Yeah, it does sound a little strange.
What else? What else? What other interpretations of
There
time
is
travel?
a time loop. There's all different kinds of time travel. Now, if you're going to do time travel, there are some important logic points to think about.
We don't do
Like,
that.
okay, just because the camp runs off of dream logic and not real life logic doesn't mean that we are not personally capable of logic. So we could do, for example, like some people believe if you go in the past and you try to change the past, you like can't. Then
The
that was the
butterfly
past.
effect thing.
There's that one where like you can go into the past and then you change the future, but there's the idea that if you go into the past, you don't actually change your future, you just create a parallel timeline from that point. If there's anyone who knows anything about time travel in chat, please hop in and let us know your thoughts. And there's also the concept.
No, I have no
that
experience though.
you have not experienced that. There's also the concept of time travel where you go in the past, but no matter what you do, there are certain pivotal events that you cannot change as well. What do you need? We need time
I
travel.
can't be
That's what
moved
we
around.
need.
This is fun.
I like that too. The force is beyond us.
How about we go back and time travel, meet God, yeah? Take him to our time and that. And tell him, I don't know, what do we do with God after we have him?
This is assuming that like God was just knocking about just in the past. And then
What if we go back and rewrite the Bible?
well, this
and
is all
make ourselves the gods.
This is all beautiful thoughts. Let's see what we could actually do within a short episode. Let's have a look here.
There's a whole thing of like, I had to Google the name, but it's called like the Novikov self-consistency principle, which I think you mentioned, but it's like where suggests that like any attempt to change the past would, through a mechanism of sorts, just be the same thing that is already part of history. So that's like paradox.
Ooh, we have someone in chat who is here who said there's a good couple of paradoxes from Autumn Court Fae. That seems like an appropriate title for someone who knows things about different types of time travel. Like the grandfather paradox, where you're the one to make something be a thing, but because you were the one to make it, where did you come from in the first place? Yeah, that's a big one, isn't it? It's like you climb down a mountain off a rope, and then that rope gets cut off, and you're like, where did that rope come from? And my analogies are terrible because I'm half remembering them from like Endgame. From like Avengers Endgame. But yeah, so let's
I was
actually
gonna
have a
say,
serious
that's a
think
mod.
about. That's
It's a
mod.
it's a camp
Hello,
counselor.
Owen. No wonder you know so much about camp activities. Okay, so yeah, let's actually have a proper think about this. So before we get into time travel themes and things like that, we can actually kind of like think of the theme almost as secondary for a second and think about the things that we want to do. Now, one thing I like to do when making stories is something that's part of the John Truby method. John Truby is a teacher of screenwriting and script writing in general. He likes the idea of a wish list, which is where you just write down everything that you like would want or like in a story. So why don't we just start with that?
Yep.
A wish list. So, what kind of things do we want in a story? Especially a short
Can you
story.
give me an example?
An example. So, it could be a trope, it could be a type of person, it could be a type of event, it could be absolutely anything which can be within a story. So, for example, like the kinds of main characters you would like to have in a story, things like that. The types of commentaries, anything at all that you like.
I'm thinking it's just such a broad option that
Yeah.
I'm struggling.
The idea of the wish list
I'm
is
like,
just that you just
buffer.
kind of put anything down that you would want in this thing.
Eldritch
Eldritch
beasts that just want hugs.
Eldritch. I'm gonna witness my beautiful spelling live. Eldritch beasts. Eldritch beats. That just
Boots and cats.
want hugs. Character, for example. Oh, they want wugs. Okay, let's move that over here.
Can we have like a wormhole that's like the equivalent of a one-way road? Like one-way only road? Like
A
imagine there's
wormhole.
like two people who both have a time machine and they by accidentally use the same wormhole and they just like they bump into each other.
Oh, I like. Okay, so repeat that for me. Now I'm concentrating properly.
So a wormhole. I see
Wormhole.
if I knew the lexicon for road signs and road occurrences, I would be able to explain better. But
Okay.
a one-way traffic road
One way
is one way.
or another.
I'm going a wormhole. I'm gonna travel.
All right, so there's
Wormhole.
one-way road.
Yeah. Like, I mean, who is realistically gonna have a time machine in this day and age? Answer is nobody. But it's fiction, right? So maybe there is one or two people. And like, let's say by accident they both decide to use the same road on the same day at the same time.
Okay.
And
So
they
two time travelers.
They clash.
Travelers.
This is an idea, by the way.
The same road. And like imagine like the chance of it happening is like infinitesimal. Like the odds of this happening are so small. Okay. And they clash. The odds of this happening are incredibly small. Now, referencing the writing workshop that I did the other day, identifying the type of plot this would be. This could be a milieu plot, which is where you are in a location and you're trying to navigate or leave the location, and then the story ends once you leave the location. So what if when they clash, they end up in some kind of like limbo space, in which they have like it's like a space that shouldn't exist, but has only happened because of this like nigh impossible event of these two people clashing has happened. I like the analogy I would bring here is like, you know, the idea that everybody talks about, which is like there is a chance that your hand could go through the table if the atoms were just in alignment that way, but the likelihood of it
But
happening
yeah,
is so tiny. Imagine it's like that level of impossible to happen, but it did. And so it's like this unprecedented circumstance.
that would be
Um,
cool as well. I like that
so they
idea.
could be stuck in an impossible space. I think that would lend to a lot of fun audio stuff. Not even joking,
Oddly,
IRL job
oddly, oh
is in
my
the
god.
woods. That is beautiful. Have fun in the second woods of your day.
I also like the random idea. I don't know which media I've consumed that had this in it, but it was a while ago. And it's like something about a time traveling train.
Was this Rick and Morty?
No, I don't think it was
Are
that. It
you
was something
sure?
else.
Are you sure it wasn't Rick and Morty?
I'm sure it wasn't Rick and Morty because it was a Russian piece of media.
Fair,
So I
fair.
don't remember. I don't
It
remember
was
which one though. But yeah.
Rick and Morty translated into Russian.
Hey, I've got taste actually. I would not do that.
There was a Rick and Morty episode that was on a train that involved time travel. Anyway, let's get away from that.
Is that a
What
new
do you
season?
remember about this? It was one of the later seasons that I watched like one episode. Was it the Infinity Train? Oh yeah, because yeah, it's not Russian. So what do you remember from this Russian train time travel?
The Russian train. I just remember that like people would be in different carriages depending on what era they were from, and you could not transfer. You can't like go from one cabin to another,
Right.
because you're not from the same timeline. But if you do, some things will happen. I don't remember what though.
Ooh.
This could have been a dream. Now that I think about it, I don't know.
It's a dream that you had in Russian. Okay. It's possible.
It was definitely in Russian, whatever it was.
It's possible. So, time travel train, in which is compartmentalized into eras, and one cannot cross from one compartment to the other if they don't belong to that compartment, to that era. I like that. That's fun. Yes,
Imagine like you got
using
two
ellipsis.
friends. You imagine you got two friends, and it's like one person. Well, it could be sad. They could have died. One person could have died like just on the end of like the 1990s. So they'd be in that era of the train, and then one of them like died a year later in the 2000s, and they're in a completely different cabin of the train.
Oh my god,
And they
your
can never meet.
generation
But they
said.
try to.
Why, generation? Why? Split across train compartments. No, I like that. That's fun. That's really sad.
You can't make it sound like that.
They can. No, it's they can see each other through the window, dividing the cabins.
Yeah.
That's so sad. That's really sad.
Oh my god, they can meet at the snack machine.
So there's
No, they can't. They
spaces
can't
where
meet
they
forever.
are allowed to
Full stop.
mingle. Okay. So there's no spaces where
I
they're
think you'd be
allowed to
better if
mingle.
not.
Okay.
No mingling allowed on the train.
No mingling. Okay. No mingles.
Only with your own era
siblings.
siblings.
Era siblings. You know what? That's cute. That's cute.
No, we'd call that.
Era siblings. Are you my era sibling? Dude, we are a year apart.
Yes.
Like you're born
Exactly.
in a
This could
different
be
year from
us.
me.
But
It could be
the thing
us.
is, we're in the same. What's this called?
Decade?
We're in the same millennia. No, decade
that's
is
a
10
big
years,
train.
brother.
Yeah, but that's a big train compartment. Like.
True. I guess maybe hundreds then. Maybe
probably is.
centurion compartment.
So compartment by century. Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Me and everybody else in the last 1,000 years. Actually, our compartment would be pretty small since we're only 25 years in. and coincidentally, I am 25 years
Yeah.
old.
And I mean, the birth rate is declining, so the next compartment would be tiny as hell. It's gonna be the
And then you
driving
have
seat,
the whole
basically.
sun exploding and things like that. So it's like
Hell yeah.
doable. It's doable. So
Hell
so that's
yeah.
hell yeah. We got two ideas here. So we got the wormhole, which is the one-way road. Now I kind of hijacked this idea halfway through. I'd like to hear if you can remember where you were originally going with this. Before I was like, they're stuck.
For which one?
The wormhole.
Oh, stuck in impossible space. Honestly, I had no idea. I just thought like they I thought they would meet. You know what? You know what inspired this idea? You'd be disgusted, but you can hear it anyway. So I had a thought, like, imagine this is actually gonna be disgusting, guys. Trigger warning.
No, what? No,
If you don't like emetophobia,
what's that?
vomiting.
Oh, okay. I think
Like, I'm
that's
just telling you what
screen safe.
inspired this.
Non-graphic, please.
Let me just check with Finch. No, it's not going to be graphic at all. I was just gonna like explain where this idea came from.
All right.
Like, imagine you ate some food, right? The food is one time traveler, and then you also are sick, so the sick is another time traveler, and they meet in one wormhole, i.e., your stomach.
Your mind is beautiful. Is this a good time to suggest something with a time loop, sorry. Maybe like counselors are trying to ensure the summer never ends, so the camp is stuck in a time loop. Oh, I love that. Thank you, Finch.
Ooh.
And that's very
That's cool.
We're making it as if we are in the camp. We're making it as we are in the camp to reflect reality. I like that. I like that a lot.
Conception.
So time loop where the counselors are trying to ensure. I really like this one. Okay, another set. So we're trying to orchestrate a time loop. I really like that. So I want to move with this idea because I think it's a really solid idea because it's about camp.
Yeah, and it's quite easy as well, like to put it on paper. You can summarize it in one go.
Yes. So the premise is striking and easy to understand. So now we have this premise,
and we can put interesting characters into it as well because yes,
like me and you and Finch.
Oh.
And Quills and Owen and Tash and yet
shout out to the counselors today.
And Kristen and just every mod. Starlight. I'm so sorry if I missed a mod.
Did we mention Meg?
Most of them. Yeah, we did mention Meg.
Meg again.
Meg like 4 times.
Niet.
I did say niet. Okay.
Did you? Well, again.
Again. The cloning issue is back. Okay.
The time loop.
The time loop. The time loops are bleeding into each other, and they're happening at the same time.
Can I
There's like 5 versions of me.
I forget something?
Time loop whenever it's a time loop when I enter a room and I'm like, what was I supposed to be doing here? And I leave the room and I go back into the room and I'm like, what was I supposed to be doing there? And I leave the room and then I go back to the room. I was like, what was I supposed to be doing? And then I leave the room and I go back into the room. The podcast is just
we just do that.
The podcast is just having ADHD. Beautiful. Anyway, so on a more serious note, so now we have the counselors are trying to ensure the summer never ends. I think this is like kind of like an event plot. So
the summer must remain.
It's quite external, I think. In this case, there's a couple of angles we could take this from. You have been summoned. I was talking about how every single mod is going to be in this script. I'm joking. But we have this idea of the counselors Finch had the idea of counselors trying to ensure the summer never ends with a time loop. So it's an event plot, I would imagine. Now, there's a couple of angles we could go from. You could go from the perspective of a camper, or you could go from the perspective of a counselor, or an unwitting squirrel. I don't know. But there's a couple of different options here.
I'm sensing horror.
It could be horror. Yeah, it very well could be horror.
What is the monster in this? Is it the counselors?
By the way, is stream buffering?
Yeah, it's buffering for me as well.
Oh, it's back. It's back. We dropped quality, but we're back, and that's the thing that's important. Most of the counselors on board, but that one guy who won't help with the ritual shaking my head. That could
That'd be
be the
me.
scene. That could be the scene. Like the scene could be that everyone's getting ready for the ritual to like do it, and like one guy's like, "Man, I don't know. This feels like morally dubious," and everyone's like, "Damn, I didn't know you were such a bozo." Like, lose
The
the
ritual is
guy.
like about to start. The clocks are all striking the same clock at the same time at the same time, like perfectly in tune, and then one clock is slightly off. And one counselor is like, nah, I need to fix that, guys. One sec.
I like the auditory, like how that's gonna feel, like sound, like the
Like all
idea of like all these like ominous clocks going
yeah,
off.
the amount of talks at the same time in different pitches, and then one just goes slightly off. Oh,
Oh, that one guy subtly twisting the ritual from something fun and quirky to prank the campers into an actual demon summoning.
beautiful.
Ooh. So we have some kind of like somebody messing with the ritual.
Oh, also like stuff in the camp that can deteriorate. No ripples in the lake water, but it's windy. Cicadas that sound wrong. Yes.
I like that. I like that. Let me just directly copy
I
and
like
paste that.
I like cicadas in like anything. I have cicada audio.
From South Korea
And Canada. My mom sent me more.
and Canada. Whoa. I am not
Somebody
lazy. I'm just...
messy with the river water. Oh, ritual. Never mind.
I was like, was that the lyrics?
I was reading as you were typing and I
It was
couldn't guess that.
beautiful. I copy and pasted this. Okay. But that sound raw. I like this. So we can have a couple fun things happening. To be fair, the way that we take this, it could be like I like the idea that Owen's put forward, which is like
Let's prank
the
the
ritual
campers.
kind of starting like, haha guys, we're gonna camp the campers. We're gonna prank the campers. Yay. And then it just all goes wrong.
I like that idea a lot, actually, yeah.
And the fact that this is going to be the first, I assume this is the first episode that's going to play. It kind of leads into the rest of the episodes and why the unexplained tapes have been found, perhaps. They're
That would be
remnants
really
of this
fun.
ritual. I think we'd be breaking the story, right, like narrative rules a bit because I don't think it would feel complete. I think we'd be writing like in the sense we'd be writing a tragedy because we'd just be having like a bad ending. But
I mean, it
I
could always
think
it could loop. Like we could start with the whole thing of like us introducing the camp, being like, "All right, campers, let your 96-hour starts now," and then we plan to like prank them, and at the end, whatever goes wrong goes wrong. We loop back to the beginning, but we feel something's wrong, and then it just kind of goes back to, "All right, guys, it's 96 hours, let's go."
or like a montage over and over and again. Oh, that's so fun. Like doing a montage. I think it wouldn't be too difficult to script and too difficult to record because we could probably repeat a bunch of stuff. The only thing is sequencing for editing might take a while.
Oh yeah, and then like just every time it restarts, we can just have one thing slightly off in the surroundings.
We make an hour-long episode by banking on the fact that we mostly are just using the same audio again and again, unless it only restarts at the end. Cliffhanger. Oh, that would be a way to circumvent it. Being too long.
I was thinking, yeah. I mean, I like the idea of montage, but at the same time, it'd be really cool if we just kind of like start it and end it the same way, so it kind of gives one time loop, and it's slightly unsettling.
I see. Oh, what if
And
we
then it
jump
leads in.
into it?
Mhm.
We could jump into it like this is like the 5th time loop or something. So
Oh, that's good
like
as well.
some people are reacting to the fact that it's like, oh, what if the concept is right? The camp is forever in a time loop, right?
Mhm.
But it's like location based, so you can enter the time loop, but you cannot leave the time loop. So some people have been
Ooh.
here since time loop 1, and then the main character could be a camper who this is their first time here and they're not aware of the time loop. But the way that everybody is speaking about the camp and talking about it, and the way that everyone seems so in tune with each other, and the camper's constantly like, how did you know he was going to say that? How did this happen? What? Oh, stuff like that. And then it gets revealed when they wake up the next day, and it's the same thing is happening again. And it's
Yes.
like, oh, now I understand why everyone is eerily in sync and what all these cryptic things everyone was saying was about.
I like that. Also,
That's
I had a
fun.
random idea when I was looking at Owen's username.
Mhm.
Imagine it's this time loop and they're like in the 5th day or something, and someone walks in. And the reason it's walkable in to is because it's like a fairy ring, right? But the fairy that was building it was a novice, so they built it and then they trapped themselves in it.
Fun. Oh, maybe they're reliving just the last day of summer somehow. If we want to keep, they don't want the summer to end. Oh my gosh, I like that
Ooh.
because it's like it adds some kind of humanizing aspect to whoever created the time loop.
It's like
Um,
a mystery podcast. Like they're trying to find out who made the time loop, but nobody's
I
admitting to
think
it.
I think we'd have to avoid that just because I think the episode will become too long. Just because
Yeah, it'd
in
be very
order to
long.
do a mystery, you have to set up clues, you have to set up this, that, and the other, and there's a bunch of like requirements when it comes to a mystery. However, I feel like you could get it. I feel like we could combine the ideas of it's somebody's just joined, so you get the exposition kind of like function from the character who's new to this,
Hmm.
which I think is a very useful tool when you have you have the main character be someone who doesn't know what's going on, because then they can filter the experiences for the audience who also don't know what's going on. And then what you can use is all of these like cryptic things that people are saying. Like maybe the character's like, "Oh, I wish summer never ends." And it's like someone's like, "Be careful what you wish for."
Oh, I like that. That's good.
Like, "Oh, summer, bro. Let me tell you, you're gonna regret saying that."
It's been summer. It feels like it's been 5 months of summer already.
Yeah, it feels like it's been summer for a very long time for me. Trapping nostalgia versus reality, realizing that's impossible. Normal guy that just wanted to work at summer camp where the counselors were acting weird as heck.
We just need an extra hand to the people.
What? Yeah, what if it could be that the counselor it's the counselor got this job, and it's like they just. Oh, by the way, let me know if you can hear my cat scratching. So the counselor just got this job and has turned up, and is there like, wow, you guys are like a really like well-oiled machine. Like you know what each of you are gonna say. Some of you, and then some people start speaking in sync, and then like, you could have elements sort of like, for example, like a tree falling down, and like everybody's like, hey, 5-second timer until the tree goes down. Only it gets struck by lightning or something that you can't predict. Everyone's like 5 seconds till the lightning strikes the tree in the northern section, and then it happens, and it's like, whoa, how did you guys know that was going to happen? All these kinds of things that would be impossible to predict, but everyone's just acting like it's normal and just reminding people to be wary of the thing that's going to happen in 3 minutes and stuff like that. And you have your counselor who's like, what the hell is going on? Why do you guys know all this stuff? And then day 2, they wake up and they're like, oh dear. Oh dear, I know exactly what's going on. Yeah, I'm gonna let my cat out 1 second.
Let her out. Free the kitten. El gatito.
There we go. The other counselor's just endlessly over enthusiastic. They have secret meetings at night without him, etc., etc. I like that.
I had
Yeah,
to
I
write.
kind of, yeah.
I had to write what I had to write because I don't know how to like somehow incorporate this herb time. Because like if I just say the word time, you wouldn't know what I meant. But time is of the essence.
Oh, yeah, just like cryptic things like that. Like where it's
Yeah.
they're preparing the spices or like whatever, the herbs for something, like cooking, and it's like, time is of the essence. And like all the counselors like laughing, and then the main counselor's like, I don't get it. And someone's like, oh yeah, you will. You will.
You will, don't you worry.
You will. And it's like somebody like on the verge of breaking down, like, yeah, you will. Yeah, trust me, you will.
This reminds me of
Okay.
this one thing I used to watch with my parents. It's like a comedy club. It's in Russian, obviously. And there's like a one little skit they did of this
Mhm.
family who hasn't been on a holiday for a while, and this child is so tired of the holiday. And someone asked him like, why do you look so tired? You're on holiday. And he goes, we've been on a holiday for 2 months now. I just want to go home.
All right, I'm gonna start actually making notes here. So I think for the sake of keeping things within a like a doable time limit, I think that we should definitely have just a single day of the loop and then the morning of the next loop.
Hmm.
Because I think that's enough to establish what's happening. Like you have all the weird things happening, and then they wake up in the morning and everything is like we should definitely have the episode start with something that we can then repeat in the morning, and then let the counselor have this like dawning realization of like, oh no, it can't be, like this is impossible. And then one of the other counselors going, you finally got it. Summer really never ends. And then you can like finish it there. One of the counselors is like, welcome to the last day of summer, and the main counselor's like, what? Hello? Why did you say it like that? Also, didn't you say that yesterday? And then like the person's like, yesterday?
Oh, one of the counselors is like, welcome to the last day of summer. And the main counselor's like, wait, what?
I
Hello?
just read
Why
that
did you
out.
say it like that?
I literally just read that out, bro.
Oh, I read it differently in my mind. I'm sorry.
No. So yeah, so they like welcome to the last day of summer. Also we can have a quite a dark implication, because why have they hired this new camper? It's that would have been so funny. Oh my
Everything is
gosh.
justifiable. I was.
Yeah. But let's say that we have like you can have this slight implication of like the person could have, because why does someone get hired for the last day of summer camp? Why would you get hired for that unless it's like an emergency sort of like step in type of thing? And it's like, oh hey guys, I saw your like emergency, like what's it called when they need to hire someone immediately
Someone.
on like Indeed?
Oh, urgent hire.
Urgent yeah,
Request.
urgently needed.
Yeah.
Guys, I saw that it said urgently needed and the application went through and everything, and it's like, hi guys.
So
And
they
it's
just
like
needed exactly 6 people for the ritual.
but then it's like and then it's like, hey,
Ooh.
and then they could be like, it's like implied that the camp counselor couldn't take it anymore, that they're replacing.
Finch made a good point here. It could be like a
Mhm.
camp medic. Like they hired a camp medic.
Yeah, but then we'd have to add an extra plot point about like why they're there and what they're going to like
Well,
heal, I
if
guess.
if one of the camp counselors couldn't take it anymore, then that's enough reason for a camp medic.
Oh no, I feel like that person would be dead.
Oh.
What I want to do is I want to leave it to implication, because I
Okay.
don't want to get
Fair.
I want, because the whole vibe of the episode is going to be implication and
Mhm.
the impression that something is really wrong here without being able to put your finger on it. Because that's like the terror of living in a time loop, is that you don't know you're in the time loop necessarily immediately,
Mhm.
and then when you do, it's like, oh god.
Oh no.
So everything in the first time loop is gonna it just is gonna show that something is wrong, but you don't know what is wrong. So like the idea of like something happened to the counselor that they're replacing, I don't know what it is, but it wasn't good. Just like how everything else that's happening, I don't know why it's bad, but I'm just getting a really terrible feeling that it's bad, if you get
Mhm.
me.
Yeah, I like it. Cool.
That kind
Let's
of thing.
run with that.
This constant like oppressive feeling of something is just slightly to the left. Okay,
Something is
so
incorrect.
to be fair though, we don't actually, like, this is for fun, but we don't actually need to justify why the camp counselor has been hired on the last day of summer either. If you want to, it could just be like they just were hired.
True.
But we can also easily put it in of just like, hey, so could you guys tell me what happened to the guy I'm replacing? And they say something cryptic. Oh, he just really got sick of summer.
Oh.
he got really, really sick of summer.
Imagine that the job application was like, you must really love
Either.
summer and being outside.
He just got really, really sick of summer.
He got
Something about
he got
seasonal
heat
flu or
stroke.
something
He
like
just
that.
got heat stroke.
He had to go home.
His parents came to pick him up. His parents are dead, by the way.
His parents are also in the time loop. Okay, so you have that, and then throughout the episode is one loop, and the morning of the second loop, just for time constraints.
Mhm.
And then what we have is like, so we're gonna have to have various events and things happening that indicate that it's a time loop without saying, hey, it's a time loop. So perhaps people saying things at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Cracking the same joke but so deadpan, and then like the new counselor like laughs, and then they go, oh, fresh meat.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Cracking a really funny joke, like you've heard it so many times before. The new counselor laughs. And like, what if they just kind of like stare at them and go, oh no. And then the counselor's like, did I do something wrong? Was it like socially inappropriate of me to have laughed then? Like, I didn't mean to eavesdrop or anything, but you know, that kind of like, you know, I don't know if you've ever had that experience where you are in a social situation
I've had that
and
experience.
yeah,
Sorry.
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, where it's like everybody seems to be playing by some kind of rule book that you don't have privy to. And you keep doing normal things and they're acting like it was the complete wrong thing, but they won't tell you what you've done wrong. So they're just looking at you like you've done something
Standard
wrong.
high school experience.
I think that would be like a really, really good feeling to imbue in this. Of like, I'm just acting normal. Why is everyone acting like I've done something that isn't right?
And imagine there's like two people who have already been in this time loop before, and they're like making a deal. Like, if I guess the exact time the cicadas start, you're doing this. And then they both sat there for like now, and it's like literally within seconds difference. The cicadas start, and the new guy's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so I was thinking that everybody except for the main counselor has been in it before. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, two people betting on who can say the exact time the cicadas start. Now. Ha! Pay up. Like they take turns. Now.
Yeah.
Now. Now. Okay.
The winner
Some
gets
more
a
things.
knife, a means to escape, like the first camp counselor.
Oh dear. Let's not stray too intense into that. So another thing we could have like I think let's see what Finch said. Campers asking how many days in a row they're making s'mores. People finishing each other's sentences. Didn't we already pack our bags? Feels like this day is never gonna end. The sun is trapped in a nice time of day, doesn't set until it becomes night, or doesn't set at all. Yeah, that could be a nice detail, like the sun hasn't moved. I swear the sun hasn't moved. And then someone's like, yeah, well, duh.
What did you expect?
It doesn't do that. And the counselor's like, I'm pretty sure it does. It's like, no, it doesn't. Am I getting gaslit? Like with the So, I feel like the sun hasn't moved. And then when it does become night, it's like, when did the sun go away? When did that happen? And it's like, but they're in the process, like, okay, everybody, back into your camps, back into your cabins, and then the main character's like freaking out, like, it's just night. there wasn't like a sun setting or anything. And it's like, come on, dude, camp counselor, do your job. You got to get these guys into their cabins. Come on. It's like, stop freaking out. You've got a job to do. It's kind of thing of like just getting constantly dismissed.
Mm-hmm.
Like such like massive freak out events happening and everyone acting like it's normal, and the camp counselor's just there like, what the hell? Like no one else is acting like it's crazy, so maybe it's not crazy. But I'm pretty sure it's crazy, but everybody's acting like it's normal, so I don't know if it's crazy. Oh. We've got some spam in chat. And okay, thank you. I was finding my mod tools. Getting dismissed when freaking out about it suddenly being night. Let's have a look at some other stuff we've got here. Didn't we already pack our bags? Feel like this day is never going to end. Lots of ominous phrases. Like, because I can imagine, like, you could be walking through the camp and then some people could walk by and you can hear them saying, like, feels like this day is never going to end. Didn't we already pack our bags? It's like, no, remember, you packed everything except the sun cream. Like, every day you've got to pack the sun cream. It's like, oh yeah, I don't know how I forgot that. Oh no, something like, oh, I wish I packed already. And it's like, well, there's not much you can do for that now.
Yesterday.
I wish I had packed yesterday. And someone's like, I packed yesterday.
I like Finch's idea. Finch, I'm not sure about the one before. Like, I'll read both, but so this one could even be details like maybe their cafeteria food is starting to go bad. They ran out of XYZ supplies and like a while ago, etc. Would the food be going bad if it's in a time loop? That's my personal question. Or would it just be like reset?
I would lean towards reset. I mean,
That's what I was thinking.
But also at the same time, there is that horror element of like, that impending doom of like, if it's only campers and like events resetting, but things like food is actually in the process of decaying, then there's this idea that eventually these people are going to die because they are stuck in this time loop, but not everything is actually in their time loop, including things that they need to live.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot to like embed into the story, though.
Yeah, that's true.
I like the idea of here as well. Camper singing a song that nobody taught them yet. Like maybe the normal guy just learned that the morning.
Oh, I like that.
Also had the idea of like, yeah, go on.
I was gonna say like received through email from the like camp like course or whatever, from the camp curriculum. I don't know how, but something that indicates like it's impossible for that to have been reached them, as if it's like through an email, like today's newsletter, here's a song you should try with your campers. And it's like, how do you guys already know this? It came in with the summer camp newsletter, which was published today. Anyway, what are you gonna say?
I was gonna say, like, I just as a thought is in this like a scene that could be the new counselor. They're all packing up to go to bed, and the campfire is still lit. And you should technically put that out, but everyone, like the other counselor's like, it's fine, it'll be fine, it'll be done, don't worry. And he's like, we're gonna all burn down in the night. No, it's fine, don't worry, it'll go away.
Like, it's never done that before. I'm like,
yeah,
just because it's never done that before doesn't mean it won't in the future. And they're like, lol, future.
Ooh, I like Finch said, or they freak out when he tries to put it out.
That would.
It's like connected to the ritual thing, so he cannot.
I think we might need to drop the ritual idea, just because I think it adds another layer of story that I don't think we'll be able to explore from the camp counselor's point of view. I think what we'll end up having to do is just have this camp counselor enter this time loop and then realize it's a time loop as the main story. Yeah, it can be like reference and stuff like that. As long as the references don't leave the listener with questions that make the story feel incomplete. Like there are certain like plot points or questions you could accidentally put forward that leave the story feeling like it didn't finish itself if they're a bit too suggestive, I guess. But yeah, we could definitely like have suggestions to things. Like people could be talking about like I wish it's all blah blah's fault, for being into like whatever, I don't know. But yeah, something that indicates that it was impossible for them to have seen it. Another one was like something big happening that really like it's the final nail in the coffin. You guys could not have predicted this. Is I think, for example, a big natural event that cannot be predicted, like a lightning strike hitting a very specific tree. And it's like a PA, like, all right, everybody, make sure you're clear of the northern quarter of the camp because the lightning is going to strike the tallest pine tree in 5, 4, 3, and then it actually strikes. And the council's just like, how could you possibly know that?
I like that. That's
How
fun.
could you actually know that? And that could be like the big hint that's these guys know everything that is happening. Like
Stay clear of tree number 3.
big PSA through megaphone about lightning striking a tree, a tree. They know exactly which tree.
Mm-hmm.
They have it timed to the second, and everyone is aware of it. Like, that's impossible to predict, right? Especially, imagine it's like a bright sunny day as well. Like, it's a freak strike of lightning. Like, there's not even any thunder or anything.
It's kind of giving Mrs. Peregrine's Home for Gifted Children or whatever it's called.
Oh, I remember that. Did you read the book or watch the
No,
film?
I just watched the film. I didn't know it had a book.
Oh, yeah, I read the book like a couple years earlier. It's a bit different. It's a strike of lightning. Isn't like Samuel L. Jackson in that movie or something?
Yeah, he is. It's really cool. It's
random.
specifically the bit that reminded me is like there's a bit where they all go outside the house, and Mrs.
Mm.
Peregrine is like, I'm gonna rewind the time in a sec. One, just wait until the bomb comes down.
Yeah. Oh, I got all this.
Yeah. And then the Finch,
The
like you part of
Finch.
the story. Finch says, the guy's like, oh wow, I mean, do you guys get lightning a lot here because of that was insane, and they all just laugh strangely.
I'll copying that over. I like that. It's good. Okay. So yeah. So what essentially this story, it might look like a milieu, but because the character is not aware that they're trapped, it's going to be more of a inquiry, I think, which is like what the hell
Yeah,
is going on is their inquiry, and them encountering all these things happening and trying to ask questions and getting snubbed constantly is going to be like the try-fail cycle, I think,
I
until
like that.
they actually do find out what was happening. So I think, yeah. So we can come up with more ideas. I think we already have perhaps like enough or too many, but we can pick and prune according to what we need when we're writing. Couple other possible ideas we could have for events that could indicate. Imagine at breakfast somebody's like, "Oh, yum, my favorite," and like someone just goes, "Actually, shut up. Actually, I'm done. Like, I'm so done with you." Like. And then the counselor's like, hey, what's going on? What's with the aggression? And it's like they just look at, well, obviously there's just a bit of silence, and then they say something like, they just go ugh and just move away from the counselor. And it's like because they've clearly clocked that the counselor's new or something.
Do you think they'd be like, ew, new guy, or do you think they'd be like, oh, poor thing, let's make you feel a bit more welcome, but like without telling you anything, just because that'll probably kill you immediately.
Oh, a little bit of exposition then from them, and they're like, oh, dude, like, what could they say to get that vibe across? Like, oh, you poor thing. Oh, you poor thing.
Oh,
Here's a
you
word of
poor little soul.
Here is a word of advice. Don't interfere with anything. You'll just keep back and watch, and you'll get an idea of how things run. It'll become really apparent to you really soon, and you'll be fine. So just take day one as it comes. And then the counselor's like, day one? I'm only here for 1 day. I'm like an emergency substitute. And they just kind of like go, sure, see you tomorrow. Like kind of
Yeah.
thing. Like, it's your first day. We can workshop how this actually goes. It's your first day. Just sit back and watch how things work. It'll become real clear what's going on in the morning.
Imagine like this new counsel sits down, and then whenever it does become apparent to them that this is his first day, they don't refer to him like, oh, it's a newbie. They just go, oh my god, we've got a 24 here, like a 24, like a 24-hour person. Like they thinks that they're gonna be here just for 1 day.
Oh, this guy thinks he's here for 24. That kind of thing.
Yeah, like that's
plumb
a shift.
out. And then the other guy's like, oh, ignore them. They're just, you know how summer heat gets. If
Their
you're out in
brains
the
are
heat
melting. It's the heat stroke.
if you're out in the heat for too long, it can really like. I want like a really heartfelt, like, it feels like an honest piece of advice. Like, look, you know how it gets when people are in the summer heat for too long. It's like really empathetic, like strangely empathetic. Just for the council to say, right, yeah. Do they have heat stroke? Is that what you're trying to tell me? And it's like, no, they've not got heat stroke. It's just been, a while.
You know how you can get when you get into the hot, when you're in the sun a bit too long. You can be a bit more, a bit more excitable, a bit more boisterous. Just does the body good, doesn't it? The sunlight. They got heat stroke, right?
I don't think they do have heat stroke. I think that's the reason that, like, the line of logic that the counselor can come up with to try and like normalize and understand the situation, but actually it's just a sense of like detachment and almost like a certain baseline level of insanity that comes with being in a time loop for so long. Like the counselor's like, oh, that must be heat stroke or something. No, but that the actual problem is that they've been stuck in a time loop for so long that they're not acting normally anymore, kind of thing.
Yeah, true. Like they don't know what normal is anymore. They don't really know what when is day, when is night. Well, they do, but also not.
Ignore him. He's just, how it gets. You know how it gets. You spend too long in the summer heat. Something poetic like mirages or something. I don't know. Something about mirages. Like, you know how it gets when you spend too long in
Hello,
the summer
quills.
heat. Hello, quills. Everything melts into that mirage on the horizon. Everything distant feels impossible to reach. Like it'll just slide right off the edge of the earth.
Speaking of which, what's stopping them from just leaving the camp?
I feel like maybe the land loops as well. Like if you keep walking in one direction, you're gonna end up at that part again.
That'd be cool.
I don't think it's something we need to explore, but it could be very cool. So, heat stroke. I'm a first aider. I can help. No. No. Not this time. Like, no, not this time. I'm imagining like a really like sort of like philosophical guy, like, hey,
The guy doesn't
ignore
try to
him.
leave because they keep reminding him that it's only for one day, lol.
It's only for one day, and then someone actually like it starts a fight.
Yeah. And the next day they say the same thing, like, oh guys, I think I should leave now. I've done my day. Like, you can do another one. You've only started.
Like, this is how I'm imagining this character here. Like, they come in like all like for you get this impression that this person's gonna really explain everything and be that nice. Like, so in like all the high school movies, like about cliques and stuff, you enter the high school and then you get isolated by all these cliques, which is kind of like what's happening here, right? And then there's this one nice person who comes along and is like, hey, I know being the new kid, it's hard. Let me show you around though, and that has that kind of like nice guy vibe to them. They're a little bit quirky, a little bit weird, off the beaten track kind of thing. So this is kind of how I'm imagining this character. Is like, hey, ignore him. You know how it gets when you spend too long in the summer heat. Everything melts into that mirage in the horizon. Everything distant feels impossible to reach. Like it'll slide right off the edge of the earth. So heat stroke. I'm a first aider. How can I help? No, not this time. Insufferably like, you know how it is. I'm a poet.
This person's clearly not been
That's
here
how I
long enough.
survive. Oh, maybe they've been here too long and this is a coping mechanism.
That's funny as well.
Yeah, that one person who takes you under their ring. Also, I'm gonna disappear for a couple minutes. Now you have access to this document, don't you? No, you don't.
I don't. But I can have access if you share. Oh, that's blinding.
Yes.
Share it. PodCamp ad. No, that's not the one we need.
Don't I need to share
Yes,
it?
you do need to share it with me.
Oh, I can just add you. I'm scared of doxing you
How are you gonna dox me?
on stream.
Oh.
Inviting your collaborators. I don't know if this is going to show you email.
Oh.
Okay, I suppose it's not the end of the world if it has your
To
email.
be fair,
my email is on display actually right now.
My email is fine.
Oh wait, no, it doesn't. Yeah, okay, it's whatever. My email is on stream. It's all. Oh, you hit it. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you. I'm sending you an invite for your email.
Oh, you can just add. Yeah, that also works. So yeah.
Anyway, I'll be right back while you set that up.
I am here.
Enjoy.
Read this.
Enjoy. I'll be right back.
Only for one day. Fight. Hi gang. Give me some writing tips. Oh, there's a car outside. Am I writing? Did did Cole share this with me as a person that can't edit? That's funny. I can highlight things, but I can't edit it. If you share your screen, we can switch. Well, you see, I could share my screen, but like I said, I can't edit. But yeah, it's fine. Well, we can brainstorm in the chat until Cole is back, and then we can shame Cole for sharing without actually sharing. But you could probably stream Cole's thing anyway, just so we have that in the background. I feel like we need a bit more, not a lot more, but some more explicit things. I like the lightning striking things, and then that's quite obvious with the megaphone that they know. Maybe something else as well, just to like put the nail in the coffin that it is a time loop. Any ideas for that? What else can happen? I mean, a tree could snap. the tree snaps and they just go slay. No, let's not do that. What else? There could be. I think the big thing is going to be what other people are saying, their behaviors. Definitely, I think that as well, because a lot of it's going to be like implied, like Cole said. But I think if we have something quite obvious at the very beginning of the day, like the new council doesn't have to know it's a thing, but it's just something that they can repeat the next day. You could do things like reusing the same bird noises maybe, and main character goes, wait, didn't I hear that earlier? Yeah, I was thinking that as well, but I was thinking at the same time, like, bird noises are quite similar in general. So we could have like a tweet tweet there and a tweet tweet here, but the tweet tweet is still similar, if not the same, even in real life. Maybe I'm just in a time loop. We're not gonna dive into that, but I like the idea. Yeah, like it's something that more like substantial, like a dog barking. Or maybe somebody could cry. No, because the people are stuck in a time loop. No. Something that's not human. I really want to have cicadas in this. I love cicadas.
Meow, 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 meow.
Have you seen? No. We need to have something more substantial. Oh, Cole's back.
Hiya, I'm back.
Hello. You shared that with
Hiya.
me without letting me edit it.
It said can edit.
Cannot.
Wait, hold up. Make a draft.
What do you mean?
You have to make a draft to edit it. Remember?
Create a new draft.
Yeah. No. So you know how it says PodCamp? You go down, you make a draft, you call it a draft name, name your draft, editable. And now I think you should be able to edit that draft.
Oh yes, but okay.
If you go to this draft, editable.
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 We had a think.
You had to think.
We did have a think. It wasn't very good of a think. I mean, on my end.
What do
But
you mean?
I did not think much. I just read off intro. A deer family walks right through the camp. I'm not sure what the setting is. I'm late. That would work as well. Oh, what if the deers are like a bit old?
We'll
No,
explain
actually.
everything to you soon, Quills.
But I was just yeah, one thing we did discuss was that I said maybe we can have one more quite substantial thing happen that really solidifies the time loop. Maybe towards the beginning of the whole thing, just when the new counselor comes in and something happens, it's quite big. For them, it's completely new. But like I like the lightning as well, but that could be towards the end before the reset. Just so that we like completely nail this.
Yeah, it's like what I said earlier. There has to be some indication at the beginning so that when the person wakes up the next morning, it's like immediately apparent that it's the same day. Yeah, something big. It could be a stampede. Like,
yeah,
to work off the deer family. Quills, let me explain what's going on. So we landed on this idea, courtesy of Finch, of the idea that counselors trying to ensure the summer never ends. It's kind of developed from here into counselors being stuck in the summer never ending, and we haven't got like a specific reason why summer isn't ending anymore. And the perspective is of a new counselor who's been hired just for the last day of summer to replace somebody or something. Like they're an emergency substitute counselor essentially. And everyone else has been in the time loop for quite a long time, whereas this is the counselor's first day in the time loop. In the time loop, so they don't actually know that it's a time loop. So there's all these like hints that it's a time loop. It's like when they say, "Hey, can you guys tell me what happened to the guy I replaced?" They just got really, really sick of summer. People keep saying the same things at the same time. A couple of people cracking a really funny joke, like they've said it a million times before, but it's really funny. And the counselor laughs, and it's just silence. And the counselor's got this impression like they did something wrong. There's this constant feeling that the counselor doesn't have the playbook, essentially, because they keep acting normal and doing normal things, and everyone just kind of looks at them as if they are not acting the way that they should, because they're not part of the time loop. Replicating that first day at high school feeling. So another thing is like two people betting on who can say the exact time the cicadas start. So they're going like now, and then it actually starts and they go pay up, and it's like, okay, that's a bit strange, like to bet on when the cicadas are gonna start. Okay, that's a bit odd, but you know. The sun isn't moving in the sky, and when the counselor's like, hey, I feel like the sun isn't moving in the sky, everyone's like, well, duh, obviously, and just doesn't explain. And then at one point it just suddenly is night, and they're like, hey, what the hell, it's just nighttime now, like I didn't see the sunset or anything like that, and everyone's like, hey, can you stop freaking out, you've got a job to do, go get the campers into their cabins, it's nighttime. And you're just dismissing them. Lots of ominous phrases throughout, like, feels like this day is never gonna end, I wish I packed yesterday, things like that. Them singing a song, campers singing a song that nobody has taught them and they couldn't have known. For example, like it was just received through camp newsletters, something that indicates that it was impossible for them to have learned this idea. There's a PSA at one point through a megaphone about a lightning striking a tree. They know exactly which tree it's going to strike, they have timed it to the second, and everyone is aware that this lightning is going to strike the tree on a clear sunny day. So that's clearly like something completely unpredictable, but somehow everybody is aware that this is happening. And then in the morning at breakfast, someone goes, "Oh, my favorite," and it starts a fight because it's the same breakfast every day, and the guy's being sarcastic. And then there's like a little, and then the counselor comes over and is like, "Hey, can you guys pack it in? Stop fighting." And they get snubbed off, and then somebody's like, gives them like a kind bit of advice, like word of advice. It's your first day, just sit back and watch how things work. It'll become real clear what's going on in the morning. And then the guy's like, I'm only here for one day. I'm like I'm a last minute substitute for that counselor. And then they're like, oh no, you'll be here tomorrow. And the guy's like, no, it's the last day of summer. Like I won't be here tomorrow. Camp is finishing today. I was like, no, you'll be here tomorrow. That kind of thing. So yeah, we get the perspective of somebody who doesn't know that it's a time loop, their first time inside of a time loop, whereas everybody else is like a veteran of the time loop. Hope that made sense. Woo! Welcome back, Nat.
Hello.
I just did a whistle stop tour of what we've been doing. Shout out to
So,
those
yes.
camp directors for hiring a new person instead of making the counselors tough it out understaffed. We are co-signing you to hell because we are understaffed, and we are dooming you. The narrative is doomed and you have joined it, but hey man, we were understaffed, and labor laws and our union determined that we shouldn't continue without finding a replacement. We stay doomed and silly. So yeah. So something big at the beginning needs to happen. Something that is like, yay, the good to hear it quills. Something that is not likely to happen 2 days in a row. Has to happen at the beginning of the episode, so that when the counselor wakes up on day 2, the morning of day 2, they immediately know it's a time loop. Then gets confirmed by someone, and then episode end. So what could that possibly be? So an idea of like a small stampede. I'm getting very 28 years later inspired there. Something else. Because the lightning is impossible to know about, but there could be something that, well, I guess people could act nonchalant about this. Biking home
Yeah,
right
I was
now.
thinking that.
Biking home right now. PBC stream equals good podcast. Thank you.
Be careful on the road.
We're trying.
What else can we do?
So yeah.
I mean, a little baby deer could trot along. Bambi could enter the scene, and the new counselor's like, "Oh my god, that's so cute," and everyone else is like, just kind of like, whatever. We've been seeing this guy.
I feel like empathy wouldn't completely die. I think that'd be the highlight of my day, actually.
Fair enough.
I'd give it
You're
a
a very
name.
nice person.
Like, yo, John's back at the camp, guys.
It's John.
He's so cute. Remember, we figured out his favorite is peanut butter.
That'd be cute.
And he despises cashews.
Like, what if my guy John just kind of like falls over, and like everyone helps him up? That's like, because the thing is, the same day could come back again and again, and that wouldn't be necessarily like, oh my god, it's a time loop. But if the same baby day comes back and falls over the exact same way, maybe.
I think we should do something simple that has an auditory cue.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well. You probably say
That's
that.
why I was thinking like stampede. Like stampede, you get woken up by a stampede. That's an auditory cue, right? We want to make sure most things cues.
Imagine that's the alarm sound you get at the camp, because it would be eternal. Just a stampede. No need to set your alarms.
Yeah, thinking things that would normally be weird could be normal at camp. That's very true. I mean, I never went to like proper camp. I went to NCS, but that was like a week in Wales. That's closest I've ever gotten to camp.
I did Robin Hood.
Oh wait, shit. Sorry. Oh wait, sugar, honey iced tea. I did go to Windermere in year 7.
There we go.
That was nice. And
I don't even know where Robin Hood was.
I think it's Windermere. I don't know.
It felt like a fever trip to me. I probably was having a fever, though.
Anyway,
after that
so
lake thing. Yeah.
some kind of like auditory thing. Something big. So far, the only auditory big thing I could think of is a stampede of a herd of deer moving through. It's like my brain is stuck on it. Like, I'm gonna write it down just because it's an idea. Shout out to that one scene in 28 Years Later.
I was thinking maybe like a tree snapping and breaking, and then the next time the tree is still there but snaps and breaks again. But then it's difficult because
like a tree falling, and then like the counter going out, and like that's the same tree.
Yeah, like that. Or like an eagle doing something.
I also thought of like an eagle call, but I was like, oh, but that's like that could be routine for an eagle. It's explainable.
Exactly. Eagles have they got this broken record vibe going on.
Also, like I think if a tree falls down and then it falls down again, that's pretty obvious. I think that's impossible. I was almost going to be a camp counselor. I was going to do Camp America, but I didn't. And now I'm too old.
What do you mean you're too old for Camp America?
You can only do it if you're under 25, bro.
I can still do it.
No, you can't, because it'd be this summer. Wouldn't it? Because you'd be 25.
I'm still 24. But the next summer I'll be 25.
No, you'd be 25. Unless you can do it when you're 25. I don't know.
I don't know.
Depends on when the application process is.
I don't want to go to America, to be fair. You'll be going to America, though.
I am going to America. That's
anyway, back on track.
That's why I'm not show running. So I think a tree falling is pretty good because it's like not a crazy occurrence for a tree to fall.
Trees be falling. That's what they do sometimes.
The way you could do it is like, because obviously they've been hired, so I don't think they're going to turn up at the time that people would wake up. So the person could like come to the thing and be like, "Whoa, I noticed that you guys have like a big, massive tree just blocking the camp entrance. Do you guys want to do anything about that?" And they're like, "There's no point. It's the last day of summer. There's no point." And the camp counselor's like originally like, "Yeah, I guess there is no point because it's the last day of summer anyway, so there's not going to be a tomorrow. So we don't need to worry about the tree. That's next summer's problem." So that way you don't need to be there in the morning. And then in the morning we actually hear the tree crashing and falling, the counselor going out and being like, that's the same tree that's blocking the camp entrance. So yeah, we could so basically when, because like we want to, because a lot of this thing is going to be very montagey. It's going to be little scenes, right? So I
Yeah.
think it's better if we start at like midday or something for the camp counselor. Or if we get right, so you start at the latest possible moment, so we could get into the scene could begin when it's like the camp counselor is in the counselor cabin, and we go with the head of the camp is like, so do you have any questions about your about what you're expected to do here and things like that? And it's like, yeah, well, not really. I've been a camp counselor before, so I don't really have any questions about my duties, things like that. I'm experienced, but I was just wondering about the tree, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a way we could start at the last possible moment, I think.
That'd be good, actually. Yeah, jump right into the action.
Counselor is there, with the head camper. I don't know what it's called. The head counselor. Like, let's see. So the counselor's like, so do you have any questions about your role? And the two questions could be like the tree and what happened to the previous camper,
Yeah.
the previous counselor. Role. No, they're experienced. That's why they're being pulled in as a substitute. But they do wonder about the tree blocking the entrance. No point in dealing with that. It's the last day of summer, I guess. And then, like, you have also asking about the camper they're replacing. The counselor they're replacing, I should say, not the camper.
You want to replace the campers already?
They just got really, really, really sick of summer. Something like that. Okay.
Mhm.
We got a starting point and we've got an end point, and then everything's just what happens in between, I guess. So I guess we could start with a bit of structure, maybe like a scene list or something.
Yeah.
So we could have like counselor meets head of camp, whatever that's called. If anyone knows what that's called, I assume there's like a leader of the
The
camp.
chief.
To get the chief of the camp to get a down low of what's going on. Start at the last possible moment.
Director. The camp director.
The director of studies.
The director of camp.
The start of the what was I writing? What's going on? Start at the end of the explanation. Last possible moment. So that about covers everything we expect you to do. As a substitute counselor. Counselor for the last day of summer. A little bit less heavy-handed than this. Do you have any questions? Any questions? And then be like, that scene. So tree and previous counselor. And then a nice transition could be like, well, it's oh, look at the time. It's lunch. And it's like, oh, I guess it is. Like, I don't see any clocks. Oh, imagine there's like no clocks or anything like that.
Yeah. They probably hate smash them.
Yeah. So it's like, so like they're like, oh, hey, look at the time. It's time for lunch, and then and then we have to audibly have the counselor say, yeah, I'm looking. I don't think you've got a clock in here. Never mind. And then the counselor's like, it's time for lunch. Trust me. Like, okay, I guess, yeah. Let's go for lunch. And then we can have that scene happen where where we have the person who's like, oh goody, it's my favorite. And then a fight starts happening, and then the counselor's like, hey, what's going on here? Just immediately get them into that action. Or break up the fight, and then you have the introduction of the guy, people just get sick of the heat. You know how it is. And they're like, hey, I'm a first aider, I can deal with heat stroke. I don't think the camp director breaks it up. I think
Someone else.
I think the new counselor breaks it up, because I don't think
Ah.
anyone else is going to bother, because it's a normal occurrence, so no one cares about it. So mind if I just
Yeah, go ahead.
take over for a second? So it's like they question the director, like, hey, are you not going to sort that out? On why aren't they sorting that out? Get dismissed, and then sort it out themselves. So it's like, like, oh, that feeling of like, I have definitely been hired by a very corrupt camp, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to do my job. Like, even though the standards are really bad, kind of thing. Just thinks this is probably a terrible camp, staff-wise.
Not schedule-wise, no. No schedule. Time. Time is fine.
Like, staff-wise. And then the weirdness with the kids. Like, I'll go. Maybe when they go out to find, like, oh, we could do this without transitions, and I think we should do this without transitions because it'll feel smoother. I think we could do this whole thing without transitions. And then the question is, though, are there footsteps? And I don't want to put the terror of footsteps onto a 96-hour time limit.
I mean, is Owen watching? Owen?
I don't
Dost
want
thou
to
have
put
footsteps
I don't
in
want to put
SFX?
the burden of footsteps on someone. No, it's not about having footsteps available, though. It's about having the right footsteps.
That's true. We need like leafy footsteps.
And even if
Of
you get
different.
leafy footsteps, they might not fit the scene.
We don't have to have footsteps. That could be an extra spice if we need it later. If we can. We don't need it.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. When writing, we should write it with the intention of it being flexible. That
Yeah.
it could be scene by scene. And then we could have like some transition sound, like a tick. Like tick 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 tick. Next sound or something like that. Next scene.
We can have like a clock being rewound or like wound to set signal continue.
Potential transition sound. All right, you guys definitely have heat stroke. Where are the medical stuff? I'm going to the medical. I'm going to the.
And then someone goes, "It's fine, don't worry, I'll heal by tomorrow."
I think this is. I'm just using this as the transition, so not adding any more dialogue here. Of like them being like, okay, I'm gonna go on a journey to elsewhere, because on this journey to the medical tent or whatever, they could bump into other people acting weird. And the next scene, when do cicadas pop off?
When do they pop off? I think end of August, towards the end of
No,
August.
I mean, like, when are you gonna hear them in the day?
Oh, the hottest time in the day. I was hearing them 24/7 in Korea. Except nighttime. Nighttime, you didn't hear them.
So do we have a lot of leeway here? Like, could this be the next scene?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, it's a time loop anyway with weird time rules. It can be whenever.
Yeah, Finch is
So
like
then,
afternoon normally, but
yeah.
yeah.
So they could go outside and encounter the kids betting on the cicadas and be like, hey, the medical tent is not where I was told it was going to be, or something like that. Like, oh, I'm a little bit lost. And then they could be like, oh, hey, yeah, just walk in any direction. Eventually, you'll come back to where you need to be. And that could be the hint about how like the world works. Like after they've done the whole like thing of like now, like, hey, I'm a little lost. Do you know where the medical tent is? Medical tent is a placeholder because I don't think they have a medical tent because
Med
it's not a
bay.
battlefield. I don't think there's a med bay either because they're not on a spaceship. Do you know where the medical tent is? Oh, just walk in any direction.
With the medical box. That's all they have. What's it
Like,
called?
literally
First aid box.
any direction. You'll turn up. You'll turn it right back where you started. You'll turn it right back at camp.
Ooh, I
That's
like
not how
that
physics
little.
works, but okay. That is not how geography works. But thank you.
It's how it works
First
now.
aid station or office. Nice. The first aid office. First aid station. I like station. First
Me too,
aid
it's nicer.
station. So that's that scene. Okay. Then what else do we have? I feel like we need one more thing before the lightning strike.
You mean like another big event?
Yeah, no, I need like normal. We don't want the big
Oh,
event
okay.
happening right away, so we need like a scene in between then, of like something else that's a bit weird but not massively weird, you know? Maybe something with the counselors. Yeah, maybe something with the counselors.
Maybe this.
Maybe they get intercepted by a counselor.
I guess
What?
maybe they start to like maybe the councils are starting to set up the fire, like they're collecting the sticks for the fire, and like they know exactly where to look for the sticks.
I can't remember if they're excited to end summer to end or not, and like someone's like can you actually just don't. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they could be finding. They get intercepted. They get intercepted by a camp counselor. By another counselor who's like, "Hey, all hands on deck for building the fire." You're a 24, right? A reference to the earlier thing of like someone being a 24, maybe. You're 24, right? I'll show you where the best sticks are. I'll show you exactly where the best sticks are.
And he's just trying to like lighten his own workload for later.
So they go get the sticks, and then it's like, yeah, we should include the council as much as possible because that is us, absolutely. And then they say something like, make sure to memorize the path and the exact sticks, okay? Okay. Tried and tested. These ones are the best. But they'll be gone tomorrow. But they'll be gone after you use them.
Tried and tested. They've been burnt before. They're so good.
Yeah, sure. Sure, they've been burnt before. That's how I know. That's how I know. That's how I know they're good. Right. I'm in Crazy Town. Okay, so yeah, that's that there. I'm replacing the profanity with get gone. Okay. Yeah, okay. Then I think at this point they could get interrupted by the PSA of the lightning strike. Because I think you have a lot of scenes for a 96-hour event. So, lightning strike scene.
We can always workshop this later as well.
Well, we don't have too much time for workshopping though. Lightning strike scene. Self-explanatory. And then it can suddenly just be nighttime. In that weird, creepy way of like, the sun was in the sky, now it's not. I want to, as much as I love the creepiness of the singing one, I think it's going to take a bit too much to set up that they couldn't have possibly known the song.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of foretelling beforehand.
So I'm going to skip that one, I think. So lightning strike scene, suddenly it's night. Counselor freaks out. But no one has time for that. Thank you, Fitch, for giving context. No one has time for the counselor freaking out, okay? They're like, dude, you've got a job to do. Like,
what do we hire you for?
Maybe someone could make a reference to the previous counselor that they replaced, like, Jenny wasn't like the most mentally sound, but at least she could do like the night call, you know?
It just kept getting compared to people who like predecessors.
Like
this poor counselor.
But at least she knew what she was doing, kind of thing. Yes, Jenny did not ask as many questions. The kind of like the implication that this isn't the first new counselor and that some people have been here longer than others.
That's cool.
I like that.
They're all betting on like, how long do you think this new guy will last?
Then everyone's like, I have so many. There's someone else just pitching like, I have so many questions. So many questions. You still do, and I don't, and you still do, and I don't know why. And I honestly cannot tell why, or something like this. Anyway. Oh, what was stuff like you did? Yeah, you don't remember? I was like, nah, man, there must have been like. How long have people been looping? Years or months?
I think months. Let's just say months for now.
That must have been months ago. Bruh, summer is not that many months. Or maybe they throw in like a specific time, like, oh, that must have been like 7 or 8 months ago.
Yeah.
So like not long enough for it to have been the previous summer, but longer than summer lasts. That must have been like 7 or 8 months ago. I want to say a little bit more than 5 because I feel like you could still argue. Like, oh, maybe it was like the pre-training before camp, I don't know. So like 7 or 8 is just not the right number. It's just completely it's just not the right number at all. And at this point we're being a bit more like obtuse with the fact that it's a time loop. After we had the lightning strike, I think everything's a bit more obvious that it's a time loop now.
Yeah.
So it's like just like, whoa. Bedtime. Oh, thank God. Thank God I'm only here for today. For the last day. just speaking to themselves. Like, thank God I'm only here for the last day of summer. I don't think I could have survived a full summer with these guys.
Someone else like, oh, you know what? I said the exact same thing.
I was like, why are you in my room? Anyway, to keep it simple, not too much extra dialogue. We just finish it there. And then time pass. Get woken up by the tree falling. Wait, that's the same tree. I swear. And what if, like, the guy who was, like, giving that friendly advice at the beginning is there and is like, yeah, so you get it now, right?
Yeah, like that little
And then,
tie-in. That's good.
yeah, you get it now, right? We're all just sick of summer. Well, if they say something like that, we're all just hope you're not sick of summer already. Something like that. Like, I hope you're not sick of summer already. Reference to the previous camper being sick of summer. Finito! Finish!
What?
Scene list. Complete. Yeah. Yeah. I think we could probably leave this here.
Yeah,
For now.
now.
And we can send this over to the rest of our cabin mates and see what they think. Stuff like that, even though it's not the most legible without actually having... I'll try and neaten it up so it makes sense for someone who wasn't present for stream. But yeah, guys, thank you everyone for coming along. Big shout out to Finch for streaming this for us and dealing with the various technical issues that come with stream. At least the stream didn't crash and die, which is what happened last time I streamed. Yeah, so I hope any campers in chat are happy camping. I wonder if any of you have some already. If not, don't worry. You can always check out the timer on the website, the 96-hour countdown.
I'm curious to see where it's at right now. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, let's go to podcastbookclub.com. See if we can find it. Is it already on the website? I don't know.
Yeah, it's on there. It's like it should be like right on.
Where is
front.
it?
You're
On the
streaming
front?
your.
Oh no, it's streamed below.
Oh, it's like.
At least it should turn up eventually.
It should be like right on the main homepage.
Oh, actually, no, it might not turn up. Hold up. No, it is stream delay. Okay, it's stream delay. It should be on the homepage. I don't see it.
Not on the homepage. Sorry.
Not on the homepage.
/podcamp. /podcamp.
/podcamp. Okay, there we go.
It's in the chat, by the way. You can just press that.
Yay! Look at that. You have 94 hours, 16 minutes, and 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Time left.
Look at all these seconds wasting away.
So yeah, happy camping everybody. If you guys ever need any help with PodCamp, and remember you guys can always ping Camp Counselor. That is the ping if you guys need any help with anything. A camp counselor will come to you and go to your cabin and personally sort out your issue. We will knock on your door.
We will not. We'll just storm right in.
We will not knock on your door. We will just yank that door open.
We will knife
come
the
into
door
the room,
open.
and we'll aggressively sort out your problems.
Here's Johnny style.
Yeah. What? No, I mean we're gonna do normal things that normal camp counselors do.
Exactly.
Anyway, happy camping everybody. I hope you guys had fun, and I hope you guys will continue to have fun for the rest of the time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.